Hello friends, welcome to the IT Buddies channel. So this is the part 1 of NetflixClone that we are going to build using React.js and Firebase. And if you haven't watched the introductory video about this project, then you can check my description. I added the video link of introductory part. So now let us start the coding without wasting any time. As you can see, now I am inside my VS Code terminal. So to initialize our project inside our machine, we have to write create React app and then our project name, that is Netflix. The name is totally up to you. And in future, we are also going to use Redux. So write this and press enter here. This will take some time, so I want to speed up this process. Now you can see my project is initialized, and to start our project inside our browser, first we have to go inside Netflix with this command cd and then write npm start, and it will open your default browser automatically. So you can see guys, our project is start now, and this is the default stuff because remember we are integrating Redux also. So first go inside our app.js, and now I want to remove some of this stuff that is by default. So I want to remove all of this header. Class name will be app, and here I also want to remove this logo and counter because this is not necessary. And first I want to import home screen. So this is our first component. So let us import home screen. So now let us create our component inside the source folder. And here I want to write this is home screen of Netflix, and let us save this file. Also we have to save our app.js and go inside your browser. You can see here this is home screen of Netflix. That text is showing perfectly because inside our home screen the text is here, and we import this file inside our app.js. And inside our home screen, first we are going to build the nav bar, because you can see here inside our Netflix app this is our nav bar. So let us create that. So instead of this text I want to use nav. So let us create a new file inside our source and import inside our home screen. So import nav, and now let us go inside navbar.js file, and first I want to assign the class name for our div, and that is nav. Inside that I want to create another div with class name navbar contents, and inside this first I want to display the image of our Netflix like this. So I want to use this image tag with class name logo, and first we have to provide the source of Netflix image like this. You can simply get this link inside my description. There is the link of my GitHub repository, so you can simply open my GitHub repo and copy the code inside your machine. This process is completely free. Alt is null now, and I want to also display the image of our avatar like this, so that will be user avatar. So let us create another image tag with class name avatar. I want to provide the source here too, and save our file now. Go inside your browser and you can see here our Netflix image and our user image is adding successfully, but this is too big. So first we have to apply CSS. So let us import CSS file and let us create that. So first I want to apply CSS for our Nav Bar contents. So Nav Bar contents, and inside this I want to use this display flags, so it will be show horizontally, and justify content space between, because I want to provide space between our two logo. And after this I want to apply style for our Netflix image. So Nav Bar logo and position is fixed, and I want to show the left hand side here, so left will be 0. And then for our user image, so Nav Bar avatar, inside this position is also fixed. Then I want to move the right hand side here, so right will be 20 pixels. Save this file. Then let us write the width, and then you can see this is small now, and I want to also small this Netflix logo. So for that width is 80 pixels. So you can see here this looks too good, and I want to also add one functionality, like whenever I go inside this Netflix logo, our mouse will be pointer. So you can see cursor is pointer, padding left is also apply that, and object fit is contain. And this is our whole Netflix clone video. This is not basic CSS stuff, so I don't want to go through all of this basic CSS, because the CSS knowledge is required when you create the Netflix clone with the help of React, and also the cursor pointer for our avatar. Now you can see here I want to display this black inside our navbar. So let us add this functionality like this. Whenever I scroll down, the black div will be shown here, and here this is transparent. So here I also want to create a new class with this nav bar black, and first after this nav bar contents I can also use nav bar black, and here I want to provide the background color that will be black. Now the black color is not added here because first we have to apply CSS for our entire nav bar. So inside this I want to apply CSS like this. Position is fixed, top is 0. I also want to use all of the width of our nav bar, and height is 30 pixels. Z index is 1 now, and here I apply transition inside our whole nav bar like this, and this is 0.5 seconds, so I slow the transition. And I also want to go up our Netflix logo, so for that let us write here top 10, refresh our page, and you can see here this looks pretty much good. And now remember, we have to make this transparent, so for that we have to add event listener inside our project. So for that we are going to use effect that is provided by React. So let us import use effect, and I want to use the hooks. So for that I also want to import use state. So first of all, inside this navbar function, let us create our show and handle show. This is two variable that we created using React hooks, and by default I want to write here false, and I want to create a new function for our transition. So the name is transition navbar, and this is fat arrow function, and here I want to write our statement like if our window is scroll vertically, so I use scroll Y, and if it will be above 100, then I want to make this show true from false. So handle show will be true now, and else it will be false. And let us add our event listener. So we are using use effect that we import earlier. Inside this, first we have to pass empty array, and let us add event listener for our window. I want to add scroll event listener, and it will call our function that is transition navbar. And for our cleanup functionality, I also want to use the return statement. This is not necessary, but the functionality is good with this return statement. So our event listener will be removed, that is scroll, and I also want the function that is transition nav bar. Now save our file and go inside these problems. You can see here our this variable is not working. So for that, instead of this, I am using backtick, and that is above our tab button. And here I want to show by default our navbar, and then I am using this dollar syntax, and I declare this our variable and navbar black. So whenever I scroll, it will be black, otherwise it will be transparent. So now save guys, and here we have to use this capital Y. You can see here this is completely transparent, and go inside our home screen. Check our functionality. I want to paste here multiple times. So now save, and you can see whenever I scroll, it is now black color, and this is similar like our Netflix. So our navbar component is ready now. So now the time is come to apply the banner inside our home screen like this. You can see here this is the picture image of any movie will be shown here like this. So we have to create the new component that is banner. First I want to import, and let us create our banner.js inside our source. Now inside this, first we have to use the CSS to apply style. So I also want to import banner.css. So let us create banner.css, and now inside our this, first I want to remove this stuff, and I want to use the header tag because we want to display the picture inside our header. And first I want to assign the class name. The name is totally up to you. I write here banner. Then I want to apply inline style. So first we have to use the background image, and this is camel casing because we apply inline style. And inside this backtick we have to apply the URL. So go inside black banner, and I want to copy the image address, and I want to paste this, and I also want to apply background size, that is cover, and the last one is background position, and that will be center. So now save the file, but here it will not displaying. So now go inside banner.css, and for our banner class I apply height, save the file, and you can see here a nice banner is added successfully. After this, I want to apply position is relative. There is a little typo. Then after the position, I want to apply the color, and that will be white. So inside any text in our banner, color will automatically white. Then I want to apply object fit content. So aspect ratio to be maintained. Save our file. Now inside our banner, we want to display the movie name, nice description, and also these two buttons like this. So first go inside our terminal, and above that here I want to create a new div with class name banner contents. Inside that, first I want to display a movie name, and here let's assign a class that is banner title. The name is totally up to you. And after this h1, I want to create a new div for our buttons. So banner buttons, and let us write here button tag. Here only banner button, and this is for play, and second one is for my list. And now after these buttons, here I want to display a movie name for the movie description. So here let us write class name, and that is banner description. This is description, and here I want to create another div because remember inside our Netflix and picture here is a nice div to maintain the nice functionality to our bottom of picture. When I will implement that functionality, you will understand the use of this last div that I apply here. Now bear with me. This is empty div, so I apply inline self-closing tag. And the class name that is banner. What is going on? Fade bottom. And now save our file. Now here there is some default CSS that we have to remove. So first go inside app.css and remove all of this stuff, and inside our index.css write here asterisk, and I want to apply margin 0 because by default there is some kind of margin. It is added inside our project. Now let us apply CSS for our banner content, that is our outsider div. You can simply get this stuff from my description. There is a GitHub repo link, so you can simply copy this code, because here I don't want to go inside detail CSS. And you can see here, whenever I save this file, some functionality is added. You can see description movie name is now in center because I apply margin left, padding top and height, and let us apply CSS for our movie name, and the class name is banner title. So now save this file, and here you can see our movie name is different. Font size is now increasing, font weight, so this looks bold, and I apply padding bottom, and then let us apply CSS for our banner description. You can see the width is now 45, line height that I decreased, padding top is also added, font size you can see less than 1, and I apply here max width, and height is 80 pixels, and then let us apply CSS for our button. You can write this code from your video, or you can go through my GitHub repository link, and if you go and visit my GitHub, then please give me a star to our NetflixClone repository. And here you can see whenever I save the file, a nice button is added, cursor is pointer. You can see whenever I go inside this, our cursor pointer is added, color is white, no outline, no border, then font weight apply, border radius, padding left, margin right, padding top, and background color you can see slightly different from black, and padding bottom is also applied here. Then you can see inside our Netflix, whenever I visit on this, the color is changed, so we have to apply background hover property. So now save this. You can see here the color will be white whenever I visit one of our button, and I reduce the transition. And now remember, we apply here empty div. So this is the CSS for our banner fat bottom. Whenever I save, you can see here there is slightly different color added at the bottom of our banner. So here we write height that we have to apply, and background image like this RGBA, and this is 180-degree transparent, you can see. Now let us apply one more thing to our description, because if our movie description is too long like this, let us copy this and paste here multiple times. So you can see here the description of our any movie will be too long, and this looks ridiculous. So we have to truncate this description. So for that I have to create a new function. So now go inside our function that is banner, and here I want to apply truncate function, and here we take parameter string and the number of our string like this, and here what we returning is string length will greater than n, Then we have to cut our string. So I write here sub str 0 to n minus 1, and after that cutting string I want to apply 3 dots like this, and if the size is not greater than our n, then I want to apply here by default string like this. You can see here the function truncate we apply here, that is not defined now. So go inside our description, and first we have to move all of this stuff inside this backtick, and here I want to apply our truncate function. So for that, write here truncate, and this is our whole string that we have to pass inside this function. And you can see there will be a write n. So here I want to pass 150. So if the size will be more than 150, then it will be truncate, otherwise not. So now close our function and save our file. Make sure the page is refreshed, and you can see guys, if our description is too long, then it will automatically truncate and added 3 dots like this. So this is the nice functionality we added inside this banner, and the banner component is now ready. Now let us take a quick pause here, and if you want to continue with this project, then part 2 video link is in the description. And I hope you did this project without any error, and if you got any error while programming, then you can check my description. I added the GitHub repository link, so you can simply copy the code inside your computer from my GitHub repo. And the last thing I want to say, if you like this part, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and keep watching to IT Buddies.